I need to tell you something that might sound harsh at first, but stay with me because this single idea changed how I move through the world entirely. There are people in your life right now who are quietly stealing the most valuable thing you own. Not your money, not your time, something deeper. And the worst part is, you're handing it to them willingly, every single day, without even realizing it. The Stoics knew exactly what this thing was. And once you understand what they knew, you can't go back to living the old way. They understood that your attention is the most valuable thing you own. More valuable than money. More valuable than time itself, because how you direct your attention is how you spend your life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, not others' thoughts, not their opinions about you, your thoughts." The moment you let someone unworthy into your mental space, you've handed them something they didn't earn. That is why learning to ignore people is not cruelty. It is survival. And I know what you might be thinking. Easier said than done. So let me show you exactly how this plays out in real life and why it matters more than you realize. Most people wake up, check their phone, and within minutes, their mood is shaped by someone else. A comment, a message, a post, someone's opinion about something that has nothing to do with their life. Sound familiar? Then they go to work, where someone criticizes them or talks behind their back. Instead of letting it pass like wind through an open window, they hold onto it. They replay the conversation. They rehearse responses in the shower. They build a courtroom inside their mind and put themselves on trial for something that doesn't even matter. I've done this. You've probably done this too. We all have. By the end of the day, you're exhausted, not from work, from people, from carrying opinions that were never yours to carry. But here's where it gets interesting. Epictetus said, "If someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation." Read that one more time. He didn't say the other person is powerful. He said, your mind agreed to participate. That changes everything. Because it means ignoring people isn't about them, it's about you. It's about what you allow through the gates. Now, before you think the Stoics were cold, heartless people, they weren't. Marcus governed an empire. Seneca had deep friendships. Epictetus taught with patience and care. These were not men hiding from the world, but they all practiced the same quiet discipline, selective attention. They chose carefully who deserved their energy. Everyone else, the critics, the gossips, the people who project their unhappiness onto others, they let them pass. Not with anger, not with bitterness, but with calm, deliberate indifference. And this next part is the key that makes everything click. Think about it this way. If someone throws a ball at you and you catch it, now you're holding it. You have to deal with it. But if you step aside and let it hit the ground, it was never yours. The thrower stands there with nothing, no reaction, no engagement, no power. That is what Stoic indifference looks like. And it is devastating, not to you, but to anyone who feeds on your reactions. Seneca put it plainly, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Most of the pain people cause you doesn't come from what they actually did. It comes from the story you tell yourself afterward, the meaning you attach, the hours you spend wondering why they said it, what they meant, whether they're right. Be honest with yourself for a moment. How many times have you given a 30-second comment a 3-day lifespan inside your mind? That is not their fault, that is yours. And that's actually good news, because it means you have the power to stop it. So who exactly should you learn to ignore? Pay close attention here, because one of these will hit close to home. Ignore the critics who have no skin in the game. They judge your choices but have never risked anything themselves. They sit on the sidelines offering commentary on a game they've never played. Their words dissolve the moment you stop listening. Ignore the people who only show up to drain you. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Every conversation leaves you lighter in energy and heavier in doubt. They don't want a friend, they want an audience. You cannot pour from a cup someone else keeps emptying. And this is the one most people miss. Ignore the version of you that other people created. Sometimes the voice you need to ignore isn't external. It's the internalized version of someone else's expectations. A parent who said, play it safe. A teacher who said, be realistic. A friend who called your dream stupid. Those voices disguise themselves as your own thoughts. But they're not yours. They never were. They're echoes. And echoes fade when you stop feeding them. Now here's how to actually put this into practice, because philosophy without action is just decoration. Marcus Aurelius had a morning practice that changed how he moved through the world. Each day he reminded himself that he would encounter difficult people, the arrogant, the ungrateful, the dishonest. But instead of dreading them, he prepared with one truth. These people cannot touch my mind unless I allow it. That is not positive thinking. That is Stoic engineering. You build an inner architecture so solid that external noise doesn't crack it. And the results, once you experience them, are something you'll never trade back. When you stop reacting to people who don't matter, your energy returns. When your energy returns, your focus sharpens. When your focus sharpens, your life starts to look like something you actually chose, not something that happened to you while you were busy worrying about someone else's opinion. And let me be clear about something important. The Stoics never taught emotional suppression. They taught emotional selection. You are allowed to feel the sting. You are allowed to notice the hurt. But you are also allowed to say, I see this, and I'm choosing not to carry it. That choice, that single quiet choice, is freedom. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. And one of the greatest wastes is giving your life's energy to people who wouldn't even notice if you stopped." So tonight, and I mean tonight, not tomorrow, ask yourself 3 questions. Who occupied my thoughts today that didn't deserve to? What reaction did I give that I wish I hadn't? And tomorrow, where will I choose silence instead of engagement? You don't need to do this perfectly, you just need to start noticing. That's where everything changes. Your peace is not a luxury, it is the foundation everything else is built on. Guard it quietly, firmly, and without apology, because no one else is going to guard it for you. If this shifted something in you and you want more Stoic tools for real clarity in your daily life, subscribe to Mentis Cipher. And starting right now, not tomorrow, not next week, choose one opinion you've been carrying that doesn't belong to you and set it down. You've held it long enough.